Hello out there and welcome to my unicorn box YouTube video. As you can see, I've got a medium and a small unicorn box. You can put popcorn in this, and these ones for pens, hair bubbles, even put them on, obviously your hair bubbles, on their lovely unicorn little horn. So, without further ado, I am going to put together and show you lovely ladies and gents out there how to make one of these. Now, I want to shout out a big thank you to everybody that's actually brought my kits and that visited me on my stall in York. So, hello to you ladies and gents. And then I want to give a shout out to my grandsons, Jacob and Isaac. And I know that you like watching Nanny making all my lovely projects. Right, so let's begin. So what you will be getting in your kit would be the front already made up. And then you will be getting the opposite, so the back end of this, and then you'll be getting two sides which look like this, and they've got actual scoring perforations, and they're the two sides, and then you'll be getting the bottom. So plus in that you will be getting some, oh, I can't pick them up, some gems, okay, and then you will be getting some flowers to decorate. Now, I've used on my tooth just normal PVA, so you have to wait a little while for it to dry, but it's okay. So what I'm going to first do is show you, and we'll decorate the front of our unicorn and put the flowers all on. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways of how to make these flowers pop. Now, obviously I'm a crafter, so I've got a ball tool, and if any of you have got one out there, it will bring your flowers up and pop. There we go. And that's really, really easy with one of these, a ball tool. You might have, I've just purchased this from an eBay shop, but obviously it's tonic and it's got a nice round end and easier to use, which are lovely. I've got other ones as well, small ones, but as I say, this is a nice easy one. So I'm going to go round and round and round, and if you're going to make loads of these, then obviously it's worth doing, or loads of flowers, it's worth getting something like this, so round and round and up and down. Okay, but you're saying, I haven't got one of those. This is a paintbrush, and you might not have a springy mat like this, but I bet you've got a mouse mat. A mouse mat will do, and I'll bring in my mouse mat just to show you. Sorry about that. It's my Las Vegas mouse mat. Obviously it's not as thick as my pricking tool mouse mat, but it does the job. So mouse mat, and this is, as I say, an old paintbrush, and we're going to use the end here. So let's see whether this, in actual fact, I should have done it on this side. There we go. So it doesn't, obviously it doesn't have the same effect, but I'm sure with a little bit of gentle persuasion you can get them up like that. Then as well, I sometimes use my hand, which and everybody obviously can use the palm of their hand rather than mouse mats, and if you've got a very squidgy mouse mat. Now that's quite nice, at the palm of your hand in, and you get a nice shape and then back again. Okay, so I do another one. The end here, now you can get the end of my glue spatula. You could use the end of the glue spatula, which I'm going to do for the smaller flowers. So if you haven't got an embossing ball, then you can use this. Okay, so I'll put my paintbrush down and I'm going to use the end of this. There. So that makes a nice and I'm sure, I know Isaac and Jacob at home in your craft room, you have got one of these, or 2 or 3, and I'm sure that any of you grandmas or mummies and daddies can go and pick a pack up from the range, or I'm sure the Dollar Tree store over in America have these as well, and I use this quite a lot. Okay, so that's decorated. Oh, not decorated our flowers. That's brought all our flowers so that they're all nice and curved. And the one that I did on my mouse mat is a bit, I think it's because my mouse mat's quite new. So now what we want to do is, with these little purple ones, stick them in. So I'll bring my trusty little pot of glue, pop a little bit, and if any of you have been, so when I'm demonstrated in the range, I'm sure a few people have seen different glue plots that I use. Oh dear me, I've done that the wrong way, but never mind. Hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this. See, that's me talking and not concentrating. I'm going to put that in the middle there, and then we're going to pop that in the middle, like so. Okay, and then we're going to put one down here, like so. See, I'm doing it all. So there's no right or wrong way to glue these flowers on, but you do, and you will have to let them dry. And then what you can do is mould this down, and then mould this one up a bit. Now you can, obviously in the kit, this is, oops, the flowers that actually come in the kit. But I mean, if you wanted to make your own flowers, you could do, and pop them on here. There, okay. Just put my glue down. Now we're going to pick up these little, and there, they run away all the time. We're going to put the little gems in the centre of the flowers, and I'm just going to do just a couple. Or really, I should do them all. So you can get these kits from me, and if you pop along to my Facebook page, Josephine's Crafts, and message me of the kits. I do party kits as well with masks and that on. So anybody that's been along to my stall in York at the Shambles, pop along and come and say hello. So that's the front of our unicorn, already made up. It's really pretty. So we're going to put that to one side and let that dry. In actual fact, I've done something wrong. Sorry ladies and gents, I forgot to bend. See, I'm just going ahead of myself. I forgot to bend that, and that should really be up a bit, but it'll be alright. So at the bottom of this you've got a crease, and then you want to literally bend it because there's a little flap there. So, oh dear me. Oh, never mind. I'm trying to get this done really quickly so that all the people that have bought my my kits can actually put them together. So this is the back piece. So this is the front piece, this is the back piece. And again, you can see here there's a tab, and what I want you to do is just to fold it and crease it, and that's your tab. Obviously you don't want to, you can't do anything with the base, that's fine. Now on the side pieces you have one tab, the bottom tab and the side tab, and I want you along the creases, and you see the perforated edge. That's not to cut off, that is actually to fold. Okay, and then fold along this one. Okay, so you've got that feel. That one. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So fold down and then fold the sides. And then fold along the perforated edge. And because this is quite a heavy duty card as well, it will take. So right, so we've done our folding. Now let's do our gluing. Now the best thing that I would suggest to you would be to glue the two outside edges first. So I'm going to use PVA on one, and I've brought some other glue. I'm going to try that as well. And obviously with this you have to, don't put loads and loads of glue on it. You only need a smidgen. It's literally a smidgen, because if you put too much, it'll be really wet, and then you won't get a good stick down. Oopsie. And it will wet your card stock, and then it'll be floppy. And then just marry that up to the edge there. In actual fact, what we can do is, so that you can marry it up, you can actually see along the perforated edge to make sure that that's okay. So that's one bit. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side again. So we're going to put this line here to there. So we're going to do glue along here, and I'm just going to bring in this other glue, Collal glue, just to see whether this sticks. And this Collal glue it's quite smelly in actual fact, but if you get any on your card or paper stock, you just wipe it off. It's brilliant, so it won't leave any residue. So if you're doing quite a few of these, it's good, sometimes it's good to have a good glue. But if you're just doing something with your children at home, obviously, and that you won't have this type of glue, because it's quite smelly. But this is great glue. I get this from Crafter's Companion. So there's the two glues, the two sides. Okay, there we go. I'll glue that edge, and I'll glue, that's PVA, and this is Collal glue. So now, hopefully, we are going to stick, I think these are all okay, we're going to stick our front on now, and stick that onto there, and I'm going to use the Collal, I think, and see, because I'm experimenting with this. As I say, you wouldn't have this glue at home, you would have PVA. I'm just experimenting for this one. Now this can be a bit tricky because you want to get it lined up. So your lovely little daughter, granddaughter might go, oh, I want to do it, I want to do it. But so to get it nice and neat, it will take time. So it's like you just reminded them that all glues, see, take time to stick. And even I'm a bit impatient there. I'm thinking that that's done, and it's not. There we go. Marry that up, sorry, along there. Let's get another. go. Okay, just wait a little bit, that should be okay. Let's flip that in. So now the last one. And I would do this with, what should I do it with? Collel or PVA? I'll do PVA to show you again. Tiny bit, so you only need a tiny bit. If you put too much on, it will wet the paper, and then the card, and then the card will like buckle. And you don't want that, especially if you bought quite a few of these kits. And you're doing them for a party, you want them to look as nice as possible. Well, I know I would. Okay, so this is the PVA. And you're going to line it up along that line. Now with this, obviously the PVA does take a little bit more time. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to run my finger and make sure that this edge, and I know some of you out there going, oh my goodness, I thought this was quite easy to do. But it's just so that you don't spoil the actual box, you know, and there. So we're getting there. Okay, I think that one will be okay. And you can see where I've made the mistake. Make sure that you crease this so that your flower's not sitting right on the bottom. Okay, so now we are going to, now you can either pop this in at the bottom and stick down like that, or you can pop it the other way and stick it up the other way. It's entirely up to you, whatever you would like to do. Okay, and pop it that way. So I think for camera purposes, I'm going to have a go at gluing every side and popping it in the bottom. And as you see, I'm going to use this PVA on the corners. Oops, see, there you go, see, I've got quite a lot there. So when you've got quite a lot, just take it off and use it down. So mums and dads out there, I'm sure you're going to have fun, because your little ones are going, I want it now, I want it now, hurry up, when is it done? Patience. Patience, children. Patience. Even I haven't got patience. I like a quick fix. There. Right, and can you see I've got quite a bit of glue, and this will actually show you that the card is actually, if you can see, the card's actually buckling, and really that's what you don't need. But for this purpose, we're going to pop it in like that, and then smooth all the edges in and down. So don't put it all the way on the bottom, and make sure that you've got something on your table, a wipeable tablecloth, to protect from the glue. And it's okay us crafters having mats. But I know my grandsons, you've got a tablecloth, special wipeable tablecloth that Mummy and Daddy could use. And Isaac, I wonder if you've actually made your unicorn. Nanny needs to see it. Right, oh dear, there's a spare gem. It's on the bottom of this. Okay, right, now that is my bottom. As you can see, it's still quite a bit sticky and mitered, because the edges are quite mitered in. You can see that, hopefully you can. Now, so that all needs to dry, and leave it to dry for about an hour. I would say a good hour. If you're not too sure about the bottom of it, you could put something heavy inside, just to make sure that it's it's stable and good like these. I think I left these to dry for about 2 hours. You can always put the flowers on. Oh, that's it. That's fallen off. The flowers on after you've made the box. But for this purpose, obviously, of my video, I wanted to do them this way. You have got a spare little gem, just in case you lose one. So that's them. Now, if you're not very crafty and you would like these as party favours, but you would like them made up, again, pop me a message on my Facebook page, and I will only be too happy to make them up. But obviously, sending them out, I would have to send them out, and it would cost a bit more money. But these are my unicorns. Hope you love them, because I do, and I'm going to make some more in different colours. If you live in York, in the UK, pop along to my stall in the Shambles Market on a Thursday. I'd love to see you all, to say hello, and thank you for popping along, and bye bye for now. God bless.